Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. We're back yet again, and we're going to do a kind of a competition here, I guess, or a comparison anyway. It's East Coast versus West Coast in flea market finds. So this is courtesy of Scott. Many of you know Scott has a hobby, and it's going to flea markets and finding reels, and then kind of sending them off to me to get reconditioned and the like. And this is the most recent arrival that Scott brings to the party, if you will. And then I found something at the local flea market this past weekend. I'll share that with you as well. So let's take a look at some of the pieces that Scott has included here. If I don't have a video on them, I will try to let you know about them, and I will see what I can do to do it. Well, we have two Penn 304, Mitchell rather, 304s to start this off. This is, I'm not sure what this says. I guess that's where he got it. So I'm hearing, there's a baffle plate in here, I think. And that's what I'm kind of hearing with that clink, clink, clink. Let's see if we get the open one here. Yeah, so what's happening here is this little click lever is probably bent on that one. This one's just a parts reel. He sent me two of those 304s. I've done the videos on the 304s, so it's likely I won't do that. Well, here's a Quantum, and I think I may have actually had this. I'm not sure. No, I don't. Well, we're going to find out. Here's a Quantum iron. It's the iron 410C. That means it's the wide-bodied version of this reel, and he says it's not working right. There's the drag is just not good. I'm looking at this now. If the drag isn't working, there's no room here for adjustment. So if you look here, there should be a space between the reel body and the star adjuster, and we're flush up against that. So if it's not working, chances are we've got worn drags in this one, and they're going to need to be replaced. I've done a couple of videos now on the Quantum irons, and if you need to service the one, it doesn't matter what the size of the reel spool is. They're all pretty much the same. Well, this one's always fun. This is the Shimano Triton Mag, and this is just a beautiful reel, and you can see it's in gorgeous condition all around. This one hardly looks used. I don't know why people want to over-tighten these spool adjusters, but they do. I don't think I've done one of these recently. I know I did the Shimano Charter Special, which is sort of in that same ball game there, but I don't think I've done the one with the mag. This one's a candidate for a video, and if you'd like to see that video, please keep me advised. Let me know if you're interested in that. I will try to do that as a video. Like most, I'm going to encourage you to please subscribe to my channel, and if you do subscribe to my channel, please hit that notification button. That notification button will let you know when I'm doing these videos, and you'll have the opportunity to kind of play along, if you will, see which ones you want to watch, and be selective in what you're doing, and then of course take care of that. Well, here's two. So Scott found two beautiful reels. This one is a Long Beach. I said Long Beach. It's the Ocean City 167. I think I just did a 167. So this is kind of an interesting one. One of the first reels I got in to have serviced had this broken off of it. And a fellow told me that he couldn't get the reel in a free spool. And for whatever reason, he took a wrench to try and break it free by turning it as you would turn, well, most of the free spool levers, kind of clockwise or counterclockwise, right? And I thought that that's the way the lever works. Well, it doesn't. The lever on the Ocean City reels works by pulling it out. Well, he didn't know that. He wrenched it and broke the whole thing off. Well, that wasn't too much fun, was it? This one has the click mechanism on. Just checking it. Look at a beautiful piece of machinery. These reels were really the top of the line of the fishing industry for saltwater reels for quite some time. Ocean City predated Penn. The founder of Penn actually worked for Ocean City for a while. These were not only top of the line, they were very expensive reels. They would cost you sometimes a week's salary to purchase one of these, so they were not cheap. And they are well-made reels. This also, I've had people tell me This is set up this way with the rounded top so that you can turn your handle and automatically flip it back. Well, you can do that, but I don't recommend it. I recommend just manually resetting it. A lot of folks try to do that. So Scott certainly found two beautiful reels in the mag and in the Ocean City 167. He also had a couple of good project reels there with the 304 and with the iron that needs the dry washers. Well, let me show you what I found. I found a bin. I showed up at a local flea market. It was relatively early in the morning. Folks were setting up. I noticed that the fellow had a pole or two at his table, and he had a whole hodgepodge of other sets of things, some mechanics tools, some furnishing pieces, the like, just a little bit of everything. And I asked him if he had the reels to go with the poles or if he had any other fishing equipment, and he pulls out this container here. And we got to talking, and I got to buying. So let me show you what we found in there. I found 7 reels in total. They were mostly pen reels. So the first one up is actually a very nice condition Pen 704Z. It's the largest of that series. These are just great reels in my mind. They're as good today as they were back in the day. The Z series followed the green series. They're almost identical in mechanicals. It really is more of a change of the paint schemes than it is anything mechanically. This has the worm drive in it. Just a fun reel all around. He had a lot of pen reels. So here's the 712. 712 is probably a 40 size reel by today's kind of sizing, 4000 or 40 series. It's a good intermediate reel. It's a little bit big for freshwater, a little bit small for saltwater. It's kind of right in between. It's good for piers. It's good for fishing from a boat. It's certainly good for casting from shore. River fishing is wonderful. Can be used in salt or fresh water. Just a nice reel all around. And we got 2 of those, I think. Well, actually, we have the slightly bigger one. Now, this one's had a hard life. This is the Annie reel, right? It's a hard luck life, or however that song goes. Hard knock life, I guess. And this one's got a lot of paint loss to it, but guess what? Runs nice. So when you're out there in a flea market looking for reels to purchase, you certainly want to check all the features and functions. In this case, make sure that you have the anti-reverse. Make sure that no pieces and parts are missing. Make sure that your bail is functioning. And that's kind of going to be the guide in terms of how you price it. And then, of course, if you find a reel like this with very limited cosmetic flaws, well, that's going to be valued higher than one that's missing all of the paint, or maybe it's got severe corrosion on it, or maybe like the reel I showed in my previews has some stuck parts or some greening or corrosion on them. Then you want to certainly account for that in the pricing. Well, I said that I had 2 of the 712s. I don't. I have a 720. So this is kind of, these are always oddball, right? When somebody has one of each size, you kind of wonder what's going on. And he told me he got these from an estate sale. And he bought them in a lot, and he was trying to sell them in a lot. And we came to a fair pricing between them. So this is the 720Z. There's actually 2 of those. And the 720Z, no, that's not a broken bail. That has that collapsible bail function, so that if you're going to transport the reel, just pull that back and let it sit down so that you don't damage the reel, maybe if you're mailing it or something. And then, of course, it functions perfectly when it's like that. So I have the 2 of the 720s, and then maybe the best of them all, the harder one to find, a well sought after reel that's just kind of fun all around, is the 716Z. And this one is the Pen Ultralight. It says it right on the little container there, or the sidewall. And this one really is a freshwater reel. So the bail is a little bit out of shape. You can see how the wobble goes, and that's because the bail is a little bit out of shape. But a couple of points off, but not much more. And then the last of our East Coast finds, well, it's just an old dependable 302. This one is it's struggling here. This is not going up all of the way. So something's going on in there, and we're going to find out what that is, maybe just as a lesson learned. So many folks know that the 302, you have a planetary gear in there, and the planetary gear is actually anchored to the housing here by 2 points. My guess is that those points are probably broken off of that planetary gear, and this is only marginally functioning. So we'll see what it is for that. So East Coast versus West. Scott did a beautiful job of finding the Daiwa, the Ocean City, and well, I found a whole bunch of pen reels, and can't wait to kind of get at them, make sure that they're serviced well, and give them all a second chance. So I hope you've enjoyed the comparison of the two. I guess the message is, the takeaway is, doesn't matter where you are, East Coast, West Coast, North or South, you can find good deals at flea markets, yard sales and the like. You just need to know what you're looking for, and you need to have a good idea about valuation, and you certainly need to check out each and every one of the ones you're thinking of purchasing, making sure that they're mechanically in good condition, and that you find the cosmetics of those fine. And if there's something out there that, well, maybe it's not a beauty, doesn't mean it can't be used. Actually, a lot of folks look at the equipment that I use, and it's something like this, because, well, shoemaker's children, right? Best darn performing reel. Doesn't look good. You know what? The fish can't see it from below. They don't make a judgment that they're going to go jump on the prettiest looking reel. And in my case, we catch a lot of fish with reels that folks are saying, why are you ever fishing that? Well, the truth of the matter is, the reel is in very good condition, other than cosmetics. So use those all in your judgment. Use those all in your pricing schemes when you go to make that purchase. So to everyone who's a first responder, thank you for all it is that you do to keep us safe. To everyone, please have a great day fishing. Thank you for watching, and please stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.